all right, we need to make sure everyone gets on the board this month. Let's set like a minimum prospects that people have to upload, or just like some type of like weekly expectation. Make sure that people get their chapter in. Which I said, my team gets chapters every month. They don't need to be breathing down their throat about it. They'll just get chapters in, or they'll fulfill their expectation. Either way. But they've given me no reason to doubt them that would ever be an issue. So I don't feel the need to assign prospects assignments or anything like that. You know, they're going to get their chapter in. He said, all right, well, if you can get the results, then I'm not going to be breathing down your neck to make sure that you're, you know, coaching them in that way or anything. And so I said, all right, yep, I got faith in my team. They're going to get it done. I still have faith in you, but it's 6 months. There's 6 days to the end of the month. And just so you know, like, I'm not nervous, but I'm nervous because most of our team at this point hasn't gotten a chapter. And aside, even with people that have gotten a chapter at this point, like, we've gotten basically no blogs in, right? Like, things are really, really slowing down. And I don't want to be breathing down your neck is what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't want to get into the weeds. That's not necessarily my job. I want to give you autonomy over your chapters, and I don't want to be checking in every day. Hey, have you started that chapter yet? Have you started that chapter yet? You know, like, I don't want to be that person. But something that Ty's really instilled in our entire team is that you really earn your autonomy. And what that means is, like, you master the basics. You upload your Liberty points, which we have been doing pretty good on. You actually update your notes, like with legit notes that mean something. And you just fulfill your minimum expectations. And I'm not really, at this point, I'm not frustrated, but I also feel like I'm being reasonably fair with everyone, and correct me if you think this is like too taxing. But like, and again, we have time. So like, you guys aren't doing anything wrong at this point, so long as you get your chapter in by the end of the month. But we're paying you to just fulfill those minimum expectations, and some of that stuff is slipping. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and I hate to be the person that's like really laying down the law or whatever, you know, like I literally get like a, you know, weird feeling in my gut before I have phone calls where I have to like deliver bad news or whatever. I don't like being that person at all. I just want people to get their stuff done and to be on top of stuff, because I don't just say this to say this, like, Central is the top region in the nation, and you know, I want people that are hungry on our team. As soon as you lose that, like, you really need to evaluate, you know, why you're here and what you're doing. So again, we're not doing anything wrong necessarily. We're just letting some things slip, and really we're in crunch time right now with Restore the Fourth coming up mostly tomorrow, and then chapter creation. And I don't envy the position that some people are in that still have to get a chapter in, because it's just going to be crazy with Restore the Fourth and everything else, midterms and everything. But anyway, that's what it needed to be said. And I just want to make sure that you know I have faith in you. Just please, please, please don't let me down, because that's going to be a weird conversation with Matt on my part. And also, we're just better than that. And if I didn't put you guys, you know, I wouldn't be respecting you the way that I am. So get it done. If you need more targets or whatever, let me know. But again, we do have a few days. So if you've got that chapter just sitting there waiting to be locked in, that's cool too. I'm not accusing any of you of not getting anything done. It just needs to happen, is all I'm saying. According to Matt, and I don't know if this is anyone on our team, but just some of the calls that he's had, he's heard things like, oh, I don't think I'm going to get my chapter in this month. I definitely will get it next month, though. Just so you know, that's not going to fly. It is a monthly expectation, and it's out of my hands after you don't have a chapter for 2 months. Like, there's nothing I can say to save you. Like, you literally, or again, when I say chapter, I mean monthly expectations. So if you do the blogs, that counts too. But there's nothing I can say after 2 months. Like, you're just gone. So I don't want that to happen. I want people to stay hungry. That's all I'm saying about it. We can move on. And everything, but just please know that needs to get done, as well as just all of your other expectations that are monthly. Does anyone have any feedback about that? Does anyone think that's too much, or just literally anything else that's sitting on your chest that you don't feel self-expressed about? Aaron? Oh, can't hear you. Nope. I don't know why. Yeah, you're not muted on here. Nope. Okay. I'm really sorry. I want to hear what you have to say, but okay. Sorry. If you just want to like type in the chat bar, that's cool too. But yeah. Anyone else have any feedback on that? I mean, pretty clear. You all know what you have to do. So me hammering at home, I feel like it's almost pointless. It really needs to instill that needs to get done. So cool. We'll just leave it at that. And move on. So restore the fourth. Oh boy. I feel like this kind of like snuck up on us. And everything. One second. Mike, I'm just gonna mute you real quick. I feel like it kind of snuck up on us. Tomorrow is the 26th, which is the day that we've been pushing for Restore the Fourth. And, you know, I feel like we got all of our good chapters to apply, which is great. And I just have a lot of faith that it's going to be executed. I was going through today and just text confirming with chapters like, hey, is there anything you need from me? Did you get your kit? That good stuff. Calling, texting through. And it is like slightly concerning that we do have so many people that are pushing their events. Not necessarily because they need to be done on the 26th. They totally don't. It's obviously great to build momentum and have chapters do it all on the same day and everything. That's great. But if chapters need to do it next week or whenever else, that's fine. Just making sure that we have a time locked in for that. But the thing I was a little more concerned isn't the right word, but just like I really want to drive home that in order for an activism event to be executed, it needs to be done in a certain way. You know, texting out a link, getting an application, the materials get sent, and then just like hoping that it goes off without a hitch, like is no longer going to cut it for us. And so we really need to make sure that we were going through in great detail. And again, I'm not accusing, like you guys, some of you guys probably do this. We just need to make it common practice. Call the chapter president, make sure that you're going through the application with them. And then we have what's called an activism checklist. Some people that have been around for longer, like Jason, you probably remember the activism checklist, a few other people. We stopped using it. And I think it needs to be something that we go back to. It's just kind of like a standard. So have you gotten your room locked down? Okay, great. Who are you going to table with? What is the day that you're going to table? What's your backup day? Okay, have we connected with Pooja on media? Just like literally every single detail that you could possibly go through to make sure that it's, you know, going to happen makes it really real for them, versus just filling out an application and, you know, maybe like one short phone call to make sure that's going to happen or whatever. So making sure that we're really taking the time and going through on every single application. I promise we're going to get more quality events and happier chapter presidents out of that. So I will send you guys the activism checklist that I use when I get applications over the phone. Just basically thorough, and it's a lot of things that you'll probably cover anyway, but it just puts it on a sheet of paper, really easy for you. Just making sure, in retrospect, hopefully this is something that we did with Restore the Fourth, but just going forward, making sure that this is common practice, that we are going thoroughly explaining exactly all the steps of the activism event so that they feel extremely confident in their ability to like actually follow through on it. And everything. So that's what I have to say about Restore the Fourth, except for there is one more thing. So I'm going to screen share with everyone because you're all super excited, but I made a filter in the Warriors doc, or a tab rather, which is just going to help me so that I'm not double touching on events that are happening tomorrow, so that you can just go in and confirm that it's happening. So these are all of the Restore the Fourth apps that we've gotten. Pretty straightforward. So safe share assigned, obviously. Anything that's assigned to you, we need to make sure that we are going in and filling in with accurate information, just confirming. So this is the recruitment date that they put on the application. As you can see, most recruitment days are tomorrow. So as you go through, see the recruitment date, the campus, and then where it says please input answer, either confirmed, yes, this is when it's going to happen, or if you say no, then just put in the next column whatever date the chapter is planning on holding the event. So let me stop sharing my screen with you real quick. So if you could just take, literally after this Hangout, it'll take 5 minutes. Please go in and just fill in this information so that I don't have to go through and double touch on chapters that I'm sure you're in communication with. And again, this should be like a 5-minute task, because as a state chair, you should just always have a handle on when events are going to take place. So it should be pretty straightforward. But if we could just knock that out, that'd be really helpful for me so that I can focus on managing y'all and not just managing every single chapter in our network and everything. So that would just be very helpful. Any questions about Restore the Fourth, or just feedback about it? I know it came up really quickly and we haven't like super duper discussed it as far as like making sure chapters are executing events. So anything about that? Anyone visiting chapters tomorrow for Restore the Fourth? Woo woo! Where are you going, Devin? Where?
So I'm going to CSU for the 4th and their debate they're having with the school.
Nice. Awesome.
Before we go to CSU, the Restore the Fourth event at UCCS. So 2.
Cool. Oh, that actually reminds me too. That's awesome, Devin. I'm glad. Every single person here should be doing Restore the Fourth. I'm just assuming that's going to happen. When you do the event, please make sure that you're getting like the best pictures that we can possibly get. Obviously, like your chapters are going to be the best events that we hold. And as far as just collecting pictures from events, that's, 8 quality pictures that we could get from each of you. So just make sure that that's happening and everything. So cool. Anyone else traveling tomorrow for Restore the Fourth? Okay. That's quite all right. Aaron, you're having your Restore the Fourth event at UH Downtown though, right? Cool. Sweet, sweet. Awesome. So please get that done whenever you can. Okay. And then the last thing that I wanted to touch on was recruitment directors. And Jason, do you mind if I just kind of like give a few directives? Is that cool? So Jason is overseeing our recruitment director program alongside myself. And there's just been some recent things that we've been experimenting with as a national office. And so hopefully this will be a facelift for the entire program, make those roles a little bit more legitimate and everything. And so I'm going to screen share with you again, but what we came up with was it's really going to be helpful if we get these recruitment directors that want to become state chairs, especially, or even if not, it's just going to be a more organized system, into a system similar to Liberty Points. You're going to look at this doc and it's like very similar to Liberty Points, but part of the fun of being a recruitment director is feeling connected, more connected to the national organization. And if we can get everyone together, in many ways, but this is just one of them, competitive with one another and just giving them more firm directive on, these are things that add value to the organization. It'll still give you guys autonomy in your role managing these people, but it will also help us at national see, okay, who's doing stuff, who's not, who should be a prospect to become a state chair. And if you want to make a case for your recruitment director becoming a state chair, especially if there's not like tons of chapters to assign them, this will be a really great way to literally hand in a resume for them and be like, hey, look, these people are doing stuff. And so I'm just going to share this with you so you can see kind of what we're dealing with here. Okay. So first of all, this is our new recruitment director application. Ooh, ah. And so it looks very similar to a state chair application. You fill in all of your basic information, some short answer questions and everything. It's not that different than the other one, but it does get filtered into the leadership doc, which is the same doc that any state chair applications go to. So it's being viewed from national and everything. So just if you have additional people, which hopefully you do, that want to be brought on board, this will be the application that they fill out, and I will send this out to everyone after. And then for the spreadsheet that we're using for Liberty Points, this is what it looks like. So, and again, every one of you is going to be shared on this. And everything, and you still will be the point of contact for your recruitment director. I don't want you to think that you're losing autonomy at all, but this will just give you a place to encourage them to upload Liberty Points. And again, we're experimenting with this, so if it's something that people like, then we'll continue with it. If it's something that doesn't really work, then we can stray away from it. But I think this will be really helpful. So there's obviously the leaderboard here where they can see how they size up to other recruitment directors that are doing the same thing that they're doing. Some invasion targets. So this is something that I think will be really helpful, especially for chairs like Joe or Jason or the Texas chairs who are either overseeing a really large state that have some places that they can't get to, you know, in person, or that are overseeing states that they don't physically live in. And so it'll be really great to have chairs going on invasions and having specific objectives with that, which I know some recruitment directors are already doing that, which is great. Graph prospects that, you know, you can teach them how to graph search, and we can actually log, okay, are they actually uploading prospects? Same as our prospect tab, so I'm sure that you're very familiar with that. And then invasion signups. So whenever they do go on an invasion, making sure they're uploading their signups. And again, any of these prospects, any of these signups that they get are counting towards your points. And so it's just always helpful to have a recruitment director doing the work for you. And then they'll be on RD1, 2, 3. That'll be where their names go and everything like that. So very, very similar to our doc, as you can see. I'm going to stop screen sharing now. Okay. And that's the doc. So where we're at with recruitment directors right now, as I understand it, is that some of y'all have really strong recruitment directors that are doing like really a kick-ass job at helping you. And some of you are in the phase of recruiting recruitment directors. You know, we're all in different, you know, phases of that. So if you don't mind, just kind of like going one by one. All right, here's where I'm at. If you have any prospects, just say that for bringing people on, or, you know, whatever the case may be. So if anyone just wants to start that off, just here are my recruitment directors I have. I want to bring this person on, or whatever else. So I'll just open the floor.
Yeah, so my recruitment directors right now are Caleb Moore, Marcus Maldonado, and Clayton Smith. I don't know if Clayton has officially been interviewed by Jason yet, but he's already gone on 3 invasions, so he's doing a great job. And then there's a third guy in my chapter at UL who is going to be being a recruitment director, so we'll probably bring him on next.
Nice. That's awesome. Cool. So yeah, keep note of this. If you don't mind sending it into the chat or something, that'd be great too, just to make sure Jason and I have all of those people on file. But cool. Who wants to go next?
Or I could just be.
So I currently have 0 official, but recruitment directors. But me and Joe are talking about sharing Caleb Moore for some of the more central universities, and I put out a couple applications. From what I understand, 2 people have completed the application. McConnell from LCUS, he's a
Nice.
He kicks butt. It's an awesome dude. And my recruitment chair at Tech, Jack Hires. He's kind of a interesting guy. He's a fun dude, well guy, but he's already gotten 10 dues pay members in this 1 month of my chapter. So he's controversial guy. Really lots of energy. But
was he potentially the one that posted about the flat Earth thing on the Central?
That's him. That is so him.
I get the humor in that. That can't happen. I like ever.
Okay.
But like funny, I'm sure.
Feather for sure. And if that is a negating factor, then so be it. I advise you to interview him and filter him in or out at your how do you put it, at your pace, because he's doing great work for us, but he is discretion, yes. He was working great for us, but he's got beans that are a little too spicy sometimes. So
okay,
if that puts it into perspective.
Okay.
He triggers Joe a lot.
We will interview and everything. Okay, cool. Who wants to go next?
Since I'm already talking, I guess I can go next. So I'll start with the easiest one first. So Holly, I don't know what's happening. She hasn't contacted me at all. I don't know if she has been interviewed, if she hadn't been, but she hasn't contacted me yet. I'm going to CSU tomorrow, so I'm sure I'll talk to her about that more. But if there's anything I need to know about it, I'd love to. Then with Zach, I mean, we had a tough conversation the other day, but I mean, we're trying to work on finding a balance. I tried to give him a little more, I guess autonomy over the one chapter he started, and I thought that he would be fine, but I mean, now he wants me to roll back and give him less autonomy, so I'm trying to find a balance right now with him, and I think I'll probably find it here soon. He just needs some help, I think.
Cool. So you have Zach, Holly, potentially as someone that wants to be brought on, depending. And then are those your two right now?
That's the only two that have applied. And if I had both of them working at full speed, and that doesn't mean Zach too, because I've had troubles with him wanting to start chapters more than he wants to actually recruit, because I think he thinks that starting chapters is easier than recruiting. Both of them working at full speed, I think things would be going easier, but I don't have Holly, and Zach is kind of, it's almost like he's pushing against me sometimes, but
yeah. No, I totally get that.
That's all I really have to say about recruitment directors.
Cool.
And I read your message, Jason, so I'll give her a heads up as well.
Cool. And for Baze and Devin and everyone else who goes, if you just want to put those names in the group chat, that would be great, actually. Good idea, Joe. Okay, cool. Who wants to go next?
I'll jump on in. So I have a lot of potential recruitment directors. People that come to mind are Andrew Richards, Hayden Schaefmeyer, Nathan Wilcox, Markel, Alessandro and Prada, maybe even Brayson, Pettigrew. However, I am hesitant for a lot of them. What's that?
Jason just made a very surprised face at how many names you just said is all. No, continue.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. So reason why I'm hesitant, they're all hungry, they're all pumped, they're all ambitious, but they're highly focused on their chapter and growing their chapter, and I'm hesitant to throw any more responsibility on them. But, J-Ham, we can chat, talk about it. So let's do that.
Yeah, hey, we'll set up a time to talk tomorrow or next week sometime, and we'll get them all pushed through and get them interviewed.
Okie doke, cool.
Sweet. Cool. All right, Jess, Michael, Aaron.
I guess I can go
have on board, or just people that you're thinking of is cool too.
So I have one guy. He's actually in Turning Point, but he's been wanting to join Yao. So I'm trying to get him to completely switch over and help me out. So that's in the process. And then I have Marcus is actually helping me from Louisiana. He's doing all the graph searching. And we actually have I'm going to meet with someone tomorrow morning to start the chapter at Western New Mexico University.
Nice.
So he's been a lot of help. Yeah.
Sweet.
So other than that, Marcella, I told her I would give her another chance, maybe the second semester, because she just had a lot on her plate. So I didn't want to add any more stress to it. So
You keep saving those poor souls from Turning Point, and we're on a good page.
Yeah. It's funny because he told me, he's like, well, I initially wanted to get started with Yale, but I never saw you guys on campus, and so he thought the closest thing to that was to joining anything was Turning Point, because any other group is kind of like dead on my campus. So yeah, and then I also was going to talk to Mike about one of the guys who is close to one of my chapters, to have him, Joel. I was going to have him work on that side of New Mexico as well. But yeah.
Cool. Sounds good.
Hey, any of these people that y'all want interviewed or you think are good prospects, send me an email with all of this so I can have something to look at, so I can keep track of who I'm supposed to be interviewing for who. And then also, give me like a little side note on what you think about them, so I can have a little bit of a heads up before going into the interview. That would be great. So, and that doesn't happen like tonight or tomorrow, but just get that to me if you can as soon as possible.
Yeah, and just so you guys know kind of how these interviews work. They are legitimate interviews, and we are, making sure that we're vetting these people properly. But if it's someone that you trust and there's no red flags that come in the interview, literally the conversation Jason and I have after is like, yeah, they seem pretty good. Yep, great recommendations. Okay, let's send them the letter tomorrow. Like, we do trust your judgment. So if you can just get these people to get their applications in, that'd be fantastic. We could just move the process along very quickly with that. So Mike and Aaron, you guys are the lastest. So go.
I got you. So yeah, Joel's awesome. I think like even me and like Brittany and like Jess, we've all kind of been on like talked about bringing Joel on to like help out in Texas and Mexico and New Mexico. And we also have I have someone like in Dallas and also some people in Houston that might be looking to step up to be recruitment directors, especially with the Houston Summit coming up. So there's no one like solid concrete that like in Houston right now, but like definitely Jacob Harrison for the Dallas area. He wants to help out other colleges because he attends a private college, so he really wants to help out in the community. So he's not going to be able to get his chapter started up and on campus like ASAP. So he would be someone that would be able to help out in the community. Maybe I know Bays was thinking about stepping into Texas and doing some stuff. He could help you out, and in that area probably too. So, I think like we're doing some good stuff in Texas to work with some other state chairs to help them out. And if anyone needs any help, please like contact me. Don't hesitate to hit me up, because I know I have some people like throughout Texas. If you're like stepping in and doing some stuff, I'd love to help you out. So that way, we're all doing the same thing. We're all trying to make Liberty win. And, if you're doing something in Texas, I want, Texas to be great too. So I'd love to help you out and you help me out. So any other questions? Like, I think I've filled, everything filled you in. I think Aaron, I don't know what you have, Aaron. Do you have any thoughts, anything you've been thinking about?
As of right now, I'm trying to get all my chapters running at full pace, so I haven't even thought about recruitment directors yet.
I could probably take like responsibility for that too, because I haven't really told him about recruitment directors and told him to think about someone. So like Aaron said, he's trying to focus on getting his chapters and doing all that good stuff since he's newly started state chair.
Sweet. Yeah, and Aaron, let's definitely connect on that personally as well, or connect with Jason, just so you can get filled down on exactly how that works. I know it seems like you've got a lot on your plate now, and I just guarantee when you have a recruitment director, it's just going to make your job easier because you can delegate stuff to other people. So definitely form those connections first, but then immediately, as soon as you bring someone on board that you find qualified, and if it's someone that you're like on the fence about, like have them interview, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but it's at least worth a shot. So if you see some good talent there, snatch it up quickly, get them working for you and everything. And also just shout out to Texas because I got this urgent email from Pooja that we got an article in the Daily Texan. So, woo, media hit. I don't really know what it's about, but anyway. Okay, cool. And then another idea that I had for recruitment directors is just really integrating them into the system that we have here. I don't think that they necessarily have to be added to the group chat. Maybe we could have like a recruitment director group chat with all of us in it, potentially. But something that I thought of, and let me know what you think about this, is for the last hangout of the month, having it be an all leadership team hangout. So any recruitment directors we have, as well as all of our state chair team coming together, making them feel included, getting that touch with Yale National, just getting everyone together and like jazzing people up, once a month I think is reasonable. But just really making them feel like their position does matter, which it does matter, and everything like that, getting them used to hangouts if they do want to become a chair, stuff like that. Good idea, bad idea. I mean, the last hangout of the month is our next hangout. So
it might be a bad idea because I know we used to have problems getting just state chairs like into the video chat because it would kick people out. So
right.
Having some type of way, if we could have a ton of people, but I know that was a problem we used to encounter. So just keeping that in mind. Yeah,
we would definitely have to find out a platform that we could have more than 10 people on, even if it was like a conference call in addition to our hangout. But it is cool to like see people's faces. It makes it more real and everything. Aaron, did you have something?
Yeah, the problem with that is probably that since you're hosting, you're probably going to be the one limiting the bandwidth. So everyone else should just adjust their bandwidth from high, which is like on the very top of the bar, from auto HD to medium or low. That way we can still see each other. And like right now I'm adjusting mine to very low. How bad am I?
Frozen in a really funny position.
So Facebook calls you can do up to 50 people, so that may be an option.
Oh, sweet. Is that video or just audio?
It has video.
It's video? Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, you just make a group chat on Facebook and then start it. That's pretty cool.
What? Can we I'm gonna start a video chat with everyone on Facebook. Literally, we can all hop on, say hey, and then leave. But I just like want to test it out after this to make sure it works.
Okay.
Cool. But I think that'd be a really good idea. If I was a recruitment director, like the opportunity to be on like a strategy call with like all of the chairs and everything, like it's got to be pretty cool for them. Okay. Aside from that, that's basically everything that I had. Did anyone have anything additional that they wanted to bring up?
I was going to make the comment that I made earlier. One of the biggest issues I ran in the middle of the month was midterms. Like everyone disappeared at the very center of the month, and they're reappearing now.
Cool. There's the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
People. Yeah, midterms happen, and something that a line that I use with chapter presidents that I really do mean is like, y'all is very important. Y'all should not be your top priority in life all the time. You have school, you've got other priorities, and if we're not respecting that, then we're turning people away from the organization. And so midterms week, people are going to fall off a little bit. Be there as a friend and support, and then just like really push people, be a little bit unreasonable, but in like a good way of like, dude, like I know what you're capable of. You think you got 2 tests this week. Okay. You have 2 hours to table too, right? Like just be real with them in that way. That's like, hey, I'm going to take a powerful stand for you because I know that you're better than this. And I know that you can find the time, but also like respect the fact that people are probably very stressed out about midterms, right? So it's just finding that balance. But yeah, especially the week of midterms, people are going to fall off a little bit. Hopefully that's passed for most people. Yeah. Are we like out of that a little bit or no? No, okay, Devin's furiously shaking his head no. So it depends by state. I know people are busy. You're always going to get the excuse that you're busy, and it's scary how many chapter presidents are like, oh, I'm busy, I can't do this. Your job is always to say, yeah, we're all busy, you know, and let's find a time that works for you. That doesn't take away from your schoolwork. Always maintain that attitude of people. But yeah, it's just finding a balance, and you know, we'll get through midterms and then we'll hit final season. It'll be great for everyone. But cool. So just to recap, get your chapter in before the end of the month. And then
did my chapter come in today? I didn't get an email saying it did, but he said he completed it.
did. So you're not gonna get an email anymore apparently, which is like good news and bad news. Because you're not going to get 100 emails a week, but also you're not going to get pinged on it. So as soon as we get a chapter in our region, I'll put it in the group chat, or I'll just, like, I contacted, I think, Aaron and Mike first when I saw the Texas chapter, but I'll make sure that you guys are aware of it, or I can even just forward the email to you. That's a better option.
I didn't mean to rob that from Texas, but that's a good buddy of mine, so I went ahead and started it.
Okay, cool. He's nowhere to be found on Facebook. So if you just want to, like, give him a shout out in the group, that'd be great. I'll send that friend request real quick.
I'll do it.
Cool. But yeah, get your chapter in before the end of the month. I'm not going to say I'm worried about anyone because I really do have the utmost confidence in everyone on this team. Like, I know you're going to pull it out. If you do need help in that, contact me. Always sooner rather than later. I can give you a new chapter prospect every day of the week if you need it. So contact me, work with me, but get that done absolutely. And then just really take a look at yourself and where you want to be and where your network is. I know it's so easy to let Yale fall by the wayside, but please do know that when I'm pinging you on getting Liberty points in, doing your chapter notes, getting your chapter in, it's not because I want to be annoying. It's because I just, honestly, I love you guys and I just respect you guys too much for these little things to go to waste. I want you to be successful, and how you do that is you master the basics. So it's what Ty did to me when I first started my job is, you know, he breathed down my neck for the first 2 weeks of my job, and then I got it. And then he could give me more autonomy. So that's what I'm doing with everyone. But just please get that in. If you have any questions, if you have any feedback, let me know. And then just thank you for being flexible with the time with today's Hangout, as well as I know I was gone for a few days there and got behind on like some communication. So thank you for being patient with that. Let's just love each other through it. Yeah, I know everyone's going through stuff and everyone has life stuff, but just, you know, ask for help when you need it, and let's just stay strong throughout the rest of this month and just be a powerful team together. You guys are awesome. So just keep up the good work. And yeah, if you have anything else, feel free to stay on, but I won't keep you for much longer.
I have a quick question for you before everybody go. No, everybody can go. I just have a quick question for you.
Okay. Bye, everyone that has to leave. Please get sleep. Like, don't stay up forever and not sleep like Devin Johnson. Okay.
No.
We'll stop the broadcast too.